Are you a business who needs business credit? Do you need financial resources? Do you need a business consultant to approve your development, goals, organization, structure, marketing, promotion, and financial strategies? Would you like to know our techniques for free flights, hotels, stocks, dining, and free lift rides? If yes, call for a free consultation at 216 816 2020. It's the Credit Connoisseur. That's 216 816 2020. Well, welcome to Against All Live Sports Radio Show. Real quick, um, check out the Credit Connoisseur. Are you a business who needs business credit? Do you need financial resources? Do you need a business consultant to approve your development goals, organization structure, marketing, promotion, and financial strategies? Would you like to know more of our techniques for flights, for free flights, hotels, and dining? If you do, and you need to know that, you can make sure you can go to owncapitalwealth.com or text biz to 216-816-2020. That's 216-816-2020. Let me remove that banner off so you can see. And we have monthly payments. Also, we got Afterpay. And you can go from there. And trust me, you definitely would need this membership if you're looking to get your business credit established. This definitely a program, not even a program, I'm sorry, a membership that you definitely need. Then, real quick, we got the Dark Ether premiering Friday, March 24th, 2023 at the Music Box Theater in Chicago.
Chi-town.
So we got tickets on sale, $20 for one, or you get your two for $30. That cut the price down by $5. So, I'm sorry, $10. Instead of you buying, two tickets at 40, you get you two for 30. So that's gonna cut down $10 on the cost. So definitely check out Dark Ether, tgmedia.org. Check out the movie. We still promoting it, so that's a good sign. It's not online yet, streaming, so we still promoting it. So that's a great thing. All right, so hold on, y'all. All right, so it's a lot that doesn't happen. We right here. It's a lot that doesn't happen over the course of since the last show. So one of those things is, of course, the Cavs beat the Suns 112-98. So did you end up watching that game?
Yeah, I watched that game.
Yeah, it was how could I put it? It was times where you thought we might mess it up a little bit.
Beginning of it.
Yeah.
They struggled in the beginning.
And then the Suns didn't have all their players, so that's why it was kind of like,
what? They missing Booker and CP3.
Yeah, so it was like, why are we struggling?
Why are we struggling? I think that's probably why they just were like, oh, we got this as easy.
Yeah.
No Booker or CP3. And by that third quarter, they were pulling away. They slapped the D on them. They stopped letting them shoot, contested them, and Mitchell would start getting the ball because beginning he wasn't really.
Right.
And I think he just still tired from that 71.
Man, you say still tired? Hey, he young, man. Yeah, I'm sure he got some fluids and some massages and all kind of stuff.
Getting that day off.
Yeah, definitely, man. After a big win like that.
Yeah, well, that was overtime too. But so that third quarter they slapped it on them, and then by the fourth they were rolling. They were chill, and they had a lot of help from other players too. Another thing, Corvo was shooting threes.
Shooting them threes, huh?
Yeah.
Well, so look at this. So Cavs win 3 out of the last 4 games, which actually they won 4 out of their last 5 games. So going into the Utah game, which is coming up. So this sum it up for you. The Cavs have actually won 26 and lost 15. Utah 20 and 23. So Utah lost 4 out of their last 5 games, and then also they're second in points scored and second in 3 points made. So you thought they would have a better record with points scored, 3 points made, second in both categories. So the Utah Cavs, Cavs go on the road, which is a West Coast trip, and the
far west.
Yeah, so we got the first game, which was the Phoenix.
We beat them here. Did we beat Utah and Cleveland?
Yeah, we did.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah. So going into this Cavs Utah game, what do you see the Cavs doing tomorrow?
That usually that West Coast trip. I think we did the same thing last time. We beat the Lakers. Then we lost. After that, then we won one. Then we lost. I think the last 2 or something. So this might be a letdown because it's that West Coast trip difference. You're going from the Southwest to now the Northwest.
The Northwest.
To the Northwest in Utah. And that's about an hour. It's maybe about an hour difference.
Yeah.
So I think they might have a letdown on that one.
Letdown? Well, I'm going to go the other way. I think that we got enough to possibly win this one. I think as we go to the next couple games on the West Coast trip, I think we might come short on those, but I think we should win this one. I had said we was going to beat the Bulls. Y'all said we wasn't going to beat them. That was the 71.
Yeah.
So I think we're going to beat Utah. I just think maybe the other games he might struggle with. So we'll see. So what you think the prediction of the score is going to be?
Oh, man.
Well, we ain't going to go there.
Yeah, I mean, the Cavs,
that's kind of bad.
The Cavs are the best defensive team. So,
So you saying that Utah going to win?
I think Utah's going to win this one. Yeah, I think the West Coast trip's a little trouble. So.
All right, we'll see. We'll see.
And the Cavs still don't have the best road record that they could have.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
That's only my opinion. Like I said, but that second trip, usually they're like, oh man, they hit them on that second game. So I don't know. I say they lose by 5.
Ooh, I think the Cavs gonna win by at least 7-8 points.
All right.
We'll see. We'll see what happens. So before we get into the Browns versus Steelers, I gotta ask 2 questions. Or 2 things I got to get brought up first. First thing is Jadeveon Clowney. What happened?
He did not want to move around for Garrett. And because he didn't want to move around for Garrett, and he was comparing Garrett to J.J. Watt, he said he only wanted to play third down. So I forgot what game they said it was. Was it the Ravens game?
I don't know what game.
No, it was one we won. I think it was the one before the Ravens, I think. Because we lost that Ravens game. No, we beat the Ravens. It was the Ravens game. Yeah, I think it was the Ravens game. And so as a result of that, and then I guess after talking to Mary Kay, but I don't know if the Mary Kay came after the suspension. After they sent him home, or was it before?
I think it was before. But I know for a fact that
I think he had been talking to someone else too.
Certain right? Things you shouldn't say just yet.
No, you wait till the season's over.
Yeah, wait till the game.
If you're a team player.
And that's even then you probably won't say nothing.
But this Pittsburgh game is a big game. So really you don't say anything to me. Go play the Pittsburgh game, apologize, whatever. Do what you need to do. Go play this Pittsburgh game.
Though.
I'm saying if you did say something, go, hey, coach, I apologize and everything. you know what I need to do to make this up because I really want to play in this Pittsburgh game. I know how important this rivalry
But he
is.
should never said it's
No, he should have never said it.
chance I won't play for the Browns and all this other stuff.
Yeah,
That's the stuff you just.
But I'm still saying, even though you make a mess, you can still clean up a mess. You're a man, so you can clean up.
Yeah, I mean, potentially, but at the same time, you ain't gotta let him play if you don't feel like.
No, I ain't got to. But you know, I mean, if he come back and
try to come on like a dog, and then you want to apologize. You know what I'm saying?
I need you for this game. I mean, especially if I'm on defense and I'm Joe Woods, because I need this game, man. I know I will win this game.
Speaking of Joe,
I'm probably not going to be playing here, so I mean, working here no more. So Jadeveon, man, but I've been talking to him all along.
Speaking of Joe Woods,
yeah,
Joe Woods fired today by the Browns.
Yeah,
he was the DC defensive coordinator. I always said, to be truthful with you, I ain't gonna say I hated Joe Woods, but I just don't think something was up with the schemes. I think it was too complicated for the DBs because they were always lost on most of the schemes. And then I want to hear that he got the players, and he had the players last year.
I think from what I hear Gerard Cherry talking about, he's saying, like in that instance where I think who was that running wide open in the cover 4, and he said John Johnson, I think it was John Johnson, did not cover his zone. He was trying to make a big play, so he left his zone and he left the cover 4 wide open. So I think that's what we see, man, and that's what Gerard Cherry talks about often.
So that's one play. What we talking about?
No, he said all year. He said he's seen it all year.
Okay.
But he said.
So why don't you bench him if you?
That's what he said. He said that's the coach's fault that
exactly
players on that. But at the same time, he said if the players aren't doing that, then you can't hold the coach exactly accountable. You got to look at it and see if the GM says, okay, we're not getting rid of this guy or the coach. You know what I'm saying? But you look at Joe Woods' record. Joe Woods was the best defensive coordinator we had since 1994. They ain't saying much, but he was the best. So what happened? What happened between best defensive coordinator we had since 1994? So what happened between?
What makes him the best since 1994?
Because his defense won. They only lost, what was it, 20? Let me see. So he lost 6 the first year. Then they lost 8 the next year, or 9 the next year. Mm-hmm. And then they lost 8 the other year.
Okay. So that makes.
And then he lost what?
So the offense had nothing to do with that?
10 years. I'm saying how many games the defensive coordinator had. So now you look at before Joe Woods came and between 1994, the Browns only averaged maybe 4. The Browns were averaging 12 losses a year.
Okay. So that makes it a great defensive coordinator.
No, it makes.
I'm just asking.
I mean, so he won. He like I said, he lost to 6.
But don't they go hand in hand?
Good year.
Don't the offense and defense go hand in hand?
So now, who is the blame? Is it just him? But he's been the best defensive coordinator he's had since 1994. So now you think you're going to do better than next year, possibly, if it's not the franchise? Because the problem is the franchise.
Well, we're gonna get to that in a minute.
The ownership.
Let's get. You already said you gave your opinion about Joe.
Yeah. So I don't think he's the scapegoat, but you can't go lose to Pittsburgh and not have discipline on your defense.
So let's get to the
with Clowney.
Let's get to the Browns.
It's his own fault.
Let's get to the Browns Steelers recap. You said, the 14-28. Browns 14, Steelers 28.
I said 24-17 Steelers.
You said 24. No, you actually said 24-20.
24-20 Steelers?
No, Browns.
Oh.
Everybody said the Browns.
Everybody said Browns.
So
that was before we knew Clowney was going to be out. That's right.
Yeah. I don't think that mattered.
I think it did.
Let's get to it. So 7-10, that's our record.
Yeah.
Watson, 19 attempts out of 29 passes, 2 touchdowns, 2 interceptions, and 7 sacks.
Okay, we already know the problem with that.
And then let me just run the stats real quick, and then we can talk about it. Chubb, 12 rushes, 77 yards, 5 receptions, 45 yards, 1 touchdown.
Go.
Browns led in 2 categories out of 14 as team stats. And guess what those 2 categories were? 4th downs and completion and attempts. And guess what? We only had 1 defensive sack the whole game. 1 defensive sack the whole game. So let's just tell you, the Steelers dominated 12 categories of team stats. Of course, we was going to lose. They dominated 12 categories of the team stats. They dominated the time of possession. They dominated the scoring. They dominated the yards. They dominated in every single category except for completions and attempts and 4th down efficiency. That's it.
Okay. So the scenario we see in almost every game was that we lost right before the half. We blow the game. So the defense held the offense down, the other team's offense down. All of a sudden, our offense goes stagnant, and it then goes before the half, and then goes stagnant maybe the whole rest of the game. Can't blame that on defense. It's complimentary football. So everybody wants to blame Joe Woods for this whole. It ain't. It's the franchise.
Hold on, talking about who's blaming the defense?
I'm just saying. So with this,
you got to blame the whole thing.
It's a franchise problem. Yeah,
it's the offense, the defense, everything.
The offense, the defense, and the franchise problem. And the biggest problem is you didn't give Nick Chubb the ball. And we said the formula. If we 25 things. Give Nick Chubb 25. When we pass the ball, this franchise is not trying to win. When they're not giving Nick Chubb the ball, they're not trying to win.
They're not. So go ahead and keep talking.
So we know in this Browns game, Nick Chubb isn't running the ball in the first half. We ain't come to win. We came to see what Deshaun is going to do on the offensive end as a quarterback. When we throw him more than 20-something times, rather than give Nick Chubb the ball, we're looking to see, okay, what's our offense going to do in the passing game? But the formula for the Browns to win is when Baker Mayfield was there, it's going to be a new formula for Deshaun. But when Baker Mayfield was there, it was no more than 20 passes or 20 to 25 passes for Baker Mayfield and 20 to 25 touches for Nick Chubb. That was the formula for winning. We went away from that all year. We lost.
Mm-hmm. So, let me get this right. So, yesterday's recap, you telling me, I've been saying this. This is my, I'm going to let y'all talk. This is what I've been saying from the beginning. I've been saying this. Your boy Stefanski's playing Madden too much out there. Now, I get that you got a $230 million QB that you want to, show up, whatever the case is. But you got to remember this, at the end of the day, are you still trying to win games?
No.
Okay, so, what are you doing out there? You trying to get people fired? What's going on?
The Cleveland franchise been doing what they want to do, always. What they want to do. It's not about winning. It's about making money. And so, I guess they're planning, okay, we're going to promote this Browns team to show, okay, we're going to be much better this year. And, I don't know, they want to see their new toy, what he can do.
A new toy? You ain't got time. Listen, we've been set back since Johnny Manziel. You don't have time to be playing around.
Toy too.
I'm saying, you've been set back since then. You won't have time to be playing around at this point.
They don't care. They don't care. Cleveland French people, they don't care. We'll know when they care when they play to win. We ain't play to win. We saw it many times this year. We ain't play to win.
Yesterday I wish they would have ran more like trick plays. They didn't have nothing to lose at that point. They weren't really playing for anything.
That's another
especially with Deshaun, they're gonna do that next year. Try and run some trick plays, some wildcat, especially with Chubb and Hunt out there. A lot of people didn't. I don't know if they noticed, but when Kevin Stefanski walked over to Deshaun Watson, they showed a quick clip of it before they went on to like a timeout. Whatever he whispered to him, man, it got into him because that's when he started going off. whatever that was that lit a fire up under them. They need to keep whatever that was. They need to do that more. Yeah, they like what you were saying. Don't throw the ball that much. You don't need to, especially with a running quarterback and the best running backfield in the NFL.
Right.
And I don't know if they know this, but
Did they not know it?
They probably don't know it. But
They
we're
don't know it.
we're undefeated when Nick Chubb carries the ball more than 20 times.
They know it. It's not.
It doesn't seem like
not
they know.
important.
But you got to remember this, guys. They know exactly. They know everything, right? But the thing is, the person who's calling the plays and trying to control the team is not doing his job correctly. And I'm not saying that he can't do it. He just can't do them both. He can't call the plays and coach the team at the same time. Let's be for real about the situation at hand. He's not built that way. He's not a Sean Payton. He's not a what's his name in Kansas City. He's, you know what I'm saying? He's not those guys. He's not none of those guys that can do that. He's an OC, or he could just be a head coach. You got to pick one.
If he had won 9 games and had a 9-8, I could see you then getting rid of Woods, okay? Because now, all right, he can win, but we got to get them pieces around him. But when he's losing, and you're going to keep the same pieces, like the special teams coordinator, how is he not gone yet?
Because the special teams started looking good.
The special teams
after
suck.
the last couple of games.
Special teams suck.
They actually looked
But you know what? To be
Jerome-
truthful,
Special teams
with
suck.
Jerome back there and with
special
DPJ
teams
back
suck.
there.
I
they
mean, to
looked
be
pretty
truthful,
good.
It sucked.
Bruce, to be truthful with you, the special teams might be the only. Maybe.
Special teams suck. The team sucks.
mean,
Come on, we 7-9.
They
The team
do suck.
sucks.
No, this
So we
no,
can't
listen,
you can't protect. You can't protect Stefanski, the special
listen,
team
listen.
defensive or offensive
Listen,
coordinator.
this is what made the special teams suck. I'm gonna keep it real with you. It was York. He made the special teams suck.
There you go.
It wasn't the returners. It wasn't the kick returners. Y'all know people.
We
took
finally
up
got
shots.
that. We finally got that
That's
in the
what I'm
end.
saying. Over the last,
We got that in the
last,
end. But
the
this
last 5
this
games,
is
they started looking
last year
good.
we had no kick. We had no kick return.
What I'm saying is, York is the worst thing on the special teams. Just keep it real. Everything else is okay.
He was bad.
Okay,
And they
that's it.
protected him as a rookie.
But I'm saying that's it. Now let me tell you the truth. This
He's
is
starting to look good. though.
he's not looking good. Not right now.
You didn't miss anything after the last couple.
That's
Yeah.
hey.
No, let me look.
Nobody should get a pass. Nobody.
Plus, he's just a rookie.
So if we look since Stefanski showed up, he's just gone down.
But listen, Bruce, once again, you said the key name. York. Listen, what's the name? The special teams coach, Prefer can't kick those field goals.
He don't get a pass if none of that.
No, listen.
If he says he has
Listen,
special
he
coach,
cannot kick the field
don't
goal.
get a pass.
No, listen, he can't kick the field goal.
No.
You don't need to send him out there when Stefanski wants him to kick a field goal.
So who asked for that kicker as a special teams coach? Did he Prefer have any say in picking that kicker?
No, that
How do you
was
know?
AB.
All the AB. He's a special teams coach. You know, as special teams coach, that's supposed to be his position. So he should be evaluating that talent and evaluating if that's going to be a good kicker.
York was a
they
good
did
kicker.
it. Yeah, he
He
was
was.
awesome in college.
I'm talking about will he be a good
One
kicker
thing
here?
his whole college
We don't know.
But you ain't. The LSU is not Cleveland,
Okay, but we don't know.
and the SEC. Who in the SEC is not going to be the same whether that comes to down here in the north.
I mean, I get
The
it.
MAC kickers, yeah. Or Big Ten kickers, yeah. But not no SEC kickers.
There is no stud kicker in college, Bruce.
Yeah, and
I'm gonna
those
keep it
are
real
guys,
with you.
man.
There is no stud kicker.
Those are the type of that's the one position where you just gotta
You gotta
your
flip a
route
coin.
out there and
flip a
hope
coin
that
and
something
hope
comes
you
I'm
back.
just saying, as I'm not,
If
I'm a coach and I know I got a kick in this weather, I need to get me somebody who's used to kicking in this weather.
But guess what?
That
He was
that's what I
he
would
was
do.
the most accurate one. So you have to.
But
go with it.
he's kicking in good weather at LSU.
Okay, great. Now he can learn how to kick in bad weather.
No, you just can't learn how to kick in bad weather because like you
Yes, you
said,
can.
are you gonna give him the
Yes, you
one
can.
day? You're gonna give him.
Go
You're
hire-
gonna give him 1 year to
Go
kick.
hire you a coach and teach you how to
Go
kick
get a
them.
player from the Big Ten or the MAC that kicks in
And
this
they
weather.
can't kick. Period.
There are kickers out of those.
They are horrible, man.
The only one that
Come
was out
on,
there
man. What are you watching?
was Blake Javier. He was gone by the time they picked him.
Those guys
So-
are horrible.
So we got rid of our other kickers we brought in, and they're kicking for other teams now. So
And they're horrible.
the other three of them.
And they're horrible.
Well,
No, so you're not against
the Thunder
But
got rid
but
of
that's
Somebody kick
that's
the
just a
field goal.
band-aid on the problem here, the kicker. The franchise is the problem.
Okay, we're not disagreeing with that.
So that's
But
it.
what I'm saying is the special teams.
No, the special teams
it was
suck.
Jordan.
7-9 special teams suck.
It was Jordan. I mean, it was Jordan.
Yeah.
It was Jordan.
So we got to look at this division, the coaches in this division.
Okay, then hold on. Wait. We're going to go to the offense. What do we need to do on the offense? What do we need to change on offense?
The play calling, give Chubb the ball. Run the ball.
Yeah,
You still, listen.
That's what we need to do.
But guess what, Bruce? How you going to change something and you still got the same person calling the play?
So now, the problem is,
Who's the
nobody
problem?
seems
Who's
to
the
know.
problem?
Is it DePodesta? Is it analytic? Or is it Stefanski? So before Stefanski got
It's
here,
Stefanski.
but before Stefanski got here, we had DePodesta here too,
Okay.
and he only won 6
All right,
games.
So listen to this scenario then. How do I predict my analytics from what? If I'm an analytic,
I don't know. So
I'm
what
about
I'm
to tell
saying
you.
is,
I'm about to tell you. I can't do no analytics unless you give me your what? Your playbook.
so you had bad analytics before he showed up.
But I'm saying I can't.
Your analytics only won 6 games when he showed up.
But guess
before he
what?
showed up.
I'm giving you analytics based off your playbook.
Okay, so now,
No, listen. So
All right.
you give me a playbook. I'm giving you the analytics based off your playbook, your play.
that's the offensive analytics based
Yeah.
off the play.
Yeah. So that tells you what about the play call?
No, it's not based off the plays. It's based off the league.
No, it's based off the play.
Based off the league, and that's what's crazy about the analytics. It's based off the league, and not just your team. It's based on the whole league.
But I'm saying, but it's based off your playbook.
No, it's not. Well,
Yes, it is.
well, that's only a part of it. You're talking about
No, look,
30-something
let me
teams,
tell you. No,
and you're
listen,
1%.
I'll give you a good example of who use analytics right now to this day, and they're doing good. It's the Philadelphia Eagles. They're using analytics
Yeah,
every
man.
single play.
Andrew Berry set that up.
And guess what?
Terrible.
Their playbook is designed to.
So if they're using the analytics, says why? How come Cleveland, some other ones using analytics are doing
Because
that?
that just tell you about the playbook.
Because they got a
No,
guy
it's not.
from the Major
But-
League Baseball to come in.
There you go. So that's part of the
whatever position
franchise.
that dude-
That's part of the franchise.
He should have been gone with Sashi Brown, honestly.
He should have been. Now he should be gone today too because he's
Yeah,
been
he
here
should.
and he's only had one winning season out of the analytics.
Okay, so my question is for you is, so if they basing the analytics off this playbook, why change the playbook up?
Why keep doing analytics? Get rid of the analytics.
Okay, I mean, I don't care about analytics.
But that's what's running your franchise. And that's what was running before Stefanski showed up. And as long as you get rid of Stefanski, you get rid of Woods, you get rid of all the coaches, and you still got DePodesta, you still got the foul analytics.
But guess what, though? You a head coach, right? Right?
He was here for Sashi.
You a head coach, right?
Yeah.
Run your plays.
He was here for.
Run your
You
plays.
can't run your plays because somebody in charge of you is saying you can't run those plays.
Guess what? You'll get a job somewhere else for winning. You'll get a job somewhere else for winning.
No, you ain't gonna get the job here because you ain't down with the analytics.
Guess what? If
That's
I
why
was-
Josh McDaniels didn't want to stay. And some of the other coaches, no, they're not going for DePodesta. They already said people don't want to work with DePodesta.
He's not a football guy.
Let's
He's
don't
just
talk
a
about Josh
numbers guy.
McDaniels
We
because
ain't talking. We talking about DePodesta. So we
they're in the
want.
same boat.
We got baseball players running a football team in Cleveland.
That's your fault.
How? That's whose fault?
That's your fault.
Who's y'all?
The Browns. That's your fault.
That's right. That's their fault. It's the franchise.
Okay, that's their fault.
That's it.
But I'm saying at the end of the day, it's still the head coach's fault.
How many? So once again,
DePodesta's not the
once
GM.
again, you can get rid of these coaches. We still got the same problem since 1994. Actually, 94 we had the badly year because that's the year they moved. But before that, that's the last winning season, decent winning team.
I disagree. Let me tell you guys, I'm gonna be the devil's advocate. let's go back 2 years, all right? 2 years. I'm gonna go back 2 years. D. Podesta was here 2 years ago, right?
Yeah,
Yes or no?
Unfortunately,
Did we make the playoffs? Yes or no?
that was Stefanski's first year.
Okay, with the analytics, right? He was there. Yes or no?
Yes,
Okay, off that playbook that he had at
Yes.
the time, he was there. Baker
Yes.
Mayfield.
yes,
That playbook.
yes.
He changed the playbook again.
He changed it,
Yes, because he got a different quarterback per se.
but he didn't change
He
it.
got-
He didn't
listen.
change it the year Baker
Listen.
Mayfield. We only won 6 with Baker. We only
Right,
won
he did.
7 games with Baker Mayfield.
But listen, he didn't change it. And guess what?
No, I'm saying, yeah, that's the same book. No, you said he changed it
Yeah, he did.
for Brissett.
He did change it.
Okay. So we got the same record with Brissett. No, we won eight games last year, didn't we?
Yeah, you actually one game worse.
So we won game worse.
What I'm saying is this: he changed the playbook
Now,
again.
did he change the playbook or did Di Podesta tell them to change the playbook?
See, there you go. You keep trying to say it's Di Podesta.
No, I'm asking you, do you know? Because everybody keeps saying that he can't make moves without Di Podesta.
He can say he can make whatever move he wants to. That's the
I don't think
playbook.
anybody in that building.
Only
can make
thing Di Podesta do is tell him.
No, there's not.
He's got
That's
high
not
percentage
what
plays,
not what
man.
they're saying. They're saying Di Podesta has more power than people think.
Yeah.
They're saying that Stefanski really has no much say at all.
Of course he don't. Look at him.
Yeah.
But I'm saying-
So you got to look at Di Podesta.
Okay, so why you saying Di Podesta's horrible? He took you to the playoffs.
He only got one winning season out of what, 5?
Good,
He's horrible since then. We've been down,
good.
so he's horrible.
It's been more than 5 because he was here back when Sashi Brown.
Okay, there you go. So he had 1 meeting out of 7.
So guess what?
He's been declining since his one time.
And guess what though? What coaches have we had since he been here? That's
He's 3 coaches.
Pat Shermer.
Are any of those coaches good? Yes or no?
Yeah, he got
Shermer
one
is
now. He's got now. That's the best coach he's got.
Okay. So there you go. That's the
Right
answer
here,
to your
but-
question. That's the answer to the question. Those coaches were horrible, right?
Right.
They're okay. Nobody's gonna win. Nobody. I don't care what you got. Those players were horrible too that we had.
So let's look at this.
Yes or no?
Yes.
Okay, then.
So now, who has always been here during these horrible times between Stefanski and Di Podesta?
It honestly does come back to that one version.
Who's been there?
The owner. It goes back to the owner.
Okay. We already said the franchise.
The owner.
All right, so let's go. That's right. It's the owner and Di Podesta.
The owner's been sucked since
The owner been
since
sucked.
he took over.
Since he took over.
They've been downhill.
They've been down
He hired all these people. He hired all these.
He hired all
He
these
hired-
people.
He
That's right.
hired
That's right.
a weird, what's it called? Corn
And
theory or something?
but the worst part is that he comes from a successful franchise
Yes, he does.
where he worked and only had 3 coaches since their existence.
Yep.
Okay, so what's up with this defense? The Browns defense. So you saying Joe Woods ain't the reason why?
No,
they lose?
this like I said, this is the best defense we've had, defensive coordinator we've had since 1994.
1994.
Since 1994. That's the sad.
Oh man. Where y'all getting these stats
Ray
from?
Horton sent like 5 or 6 defenders to the Pro Bowl.
Well, how many games did we win under Ray Horton?
I'm just saying he sent guys to the Pro Bowl. This guy hasn't.
Who? What guy?
So did that Ray Horton defense get us to the playoff?
Oh, Joe Woods.
No. The Ray Horton defense didn't get us to the playoff. And that Ray Horton defense, Ray Horton had 2 years with
Well, 1 year he was
Peyton.
here, and then he
With
left and then
Peyton.
came back, and then he looked terrible.
he had 1 year, 2 years with Peyton. Was it? Because Peyton only got 2 years, didn't he? Patton, he was under Patton, wasn't he?
Patton.
Patton.
I was like, who's
Patton.
Peyton?
He was under Patton. So Patton was 7-9, and then the next one I think he only won 4.
Man, listen, you bringing up horrible times.
I'm just saying. Once again, so he lost 9, and then he lost 12 as a defensive coordinator. Woods, the most Woods ever lost is 9 games. It's 10 games. No, this year 10 games.
Bruce. The reason why Woods got fired because he has no control of the defense.
No, I'm just saying. I'm not saying he was.
I'm just keeping it. That's the reason why he
I'm
got
just
fired.
saying if he had won Pittsburgh, he wouldn't have lost. He would have been fired. Or if Clowney incident happened, he probably wouldn't have been fired. But with the Clowney incident and losing to Pittsburgh, yeah,
You got playing.
I said somebody else got to go.
I mean, you
What's
got to
the
blame
first
someone else, Stefanski, though.
Well, I mean, I figured if you're gonna keep Stefanski, then get rid of everybody under him and clean house under it, and then you just let him be the head coach.
That's all he needs to be. You don't need to
That's
call no
it.
plays.
That's
nothing
it.
else.
Keep Stefanski because they all say he's smart and everything. Keep Stefanski and get him some good people underneath him. That's it.
He can't call plays and coach.
No.
It's already been proven.
Yeah.
It's too hard for him to do. He can't manage the clock. He can't manage the players, and he can't call a play at the same time.
But then you got to look at this also. So let's go back and look at the beginning of the year. Okay. This team, if you keep Baker Mayfield and you get a quarterback to push him, we don't go through all this stuff we went through with Deshaun Watson, with having all this drama and all this other stuff occur.
You know, I was thinking about the same.
So now, and so there were a bunch of quarterbacks we could have brought in and pushed Baker
They could
Mayfield.
have brought Mariota.
We could have brought Mariota. You could have brought Trubisky. You could have brought a bunch of guys just to push Geno Smith. You could have brought a bunch of guys in there to push Baker Mayfield and to see whether he was going to be worth getting another contract. And you wouldn't have had all this evil and everything. He would have known the playbook. We would have known what we had to do. Give Chubb the ball and see. Now, then if he did the same thing again, didn't give Chubb the ball, we had the same problems. We would know it was completely the franchise.
You know, one thing that's been consistent every year since Stefanski's been here, even the playoff year, every offseason has been a mess. He has not had.
That's right. We
he
have
has
not had a peaceful
peaceful
off-season
offseason.
yet.
Everything he needs to do.
yet. There's always something going on that this franchise allows. Either trying to get supposedly better. Now we understood when we brought in Deshaun, we knew we were going to either have 6 games or 10 games suspension. We knew that. And we knew if we're going to have this upheaval, players ain't going to want to play, players going to want to play, then they're going to have all this other stuff. So we knew this was going to be a turmoil year. So I think to win 7 games on this turmoil was pretty good. It was pretty good.
And like what, winning 8 games last year was pretty good.
And I was down to that turmoil, yeah. So considering we brought in a bunch of new.
I disagree.
You know what I mean? I think we did well.
I think we did terrible.
I think we did well.
I think we did
Because
terrible.
Vegas said we only won 4 or 3 games.
We did terrible. Let me tell you why.
How do you classify terrible? You only won 1 less than last year.
That's terrible.
And you got a brand new quarterback.
That's terrible.
And you had all this stuff. Your house was on fire. You had all this situation.
We did terrible.
Okay.
2 minutes left in the game. You were about 13. You shouldn't have lost that game. Then you repeat the same situation later on and do the same thing again.
So you're saying with all of this mess, psychological mess going on, you can't see how you could lose with 2 minutes.
Look at the team we faced. Hold on, I'm going to tell you.
Go ahead.
The team we faced just this past Sunday was actually worse than us at one point. And they came and they went past us.
But this team we just lost to has a great coach.
That don't have nothing.
It surely does. He's never had a losing season.
Great. But
never had a losing season. And he didn't have one this year either. And he brought in a rookie quarterback. And he brought in Trubisky. Who we didn't even want. We didn't want Trubisky.
You arguing about nothing.
We're arguing about a lot.
No, you arguing about nothing.
We're arguing about a lot.
You arguing about nothing.
You're the one that says it's about coaching. So they had a good coach, and that good coach saved the season.
They ain't got nothing to do with what I'm talking about. They ain't got nothing to do with it. You said, why is it terrible? And I just told you why it's terrible.
No, that franchise is intact. This franchise is not intact.
And we did terrible.
And we did not do terrible. We won 7 games.
That's terrible.
We won more than most of the other teams have, other coaching staffs have since 1994. We've only won 7 games about maybe 3 times since 1994.
That's terrible.
How can it be terrible?
Because we shouldn't be in this. We should never been in this predicament.
We've been in this predicament since 1999.
No, I'm talking about this predicament of 7 wins. You actually should have had 10 wins. 10.
No.
12.
No.
10. Yes.
Not under this turmoil. You shouldn't have.
10 wins.
No, shouldn't have.
10 wins. What you mean shouldn't have? They had 3 games won.
It didn't matter. So here's the perfect example. Indianapolis is on the verge of making the playoffs. Then all of a sudden, Indianapolis starts having quarterback problems. And next thing you know, Indianapolis gives up a 33-point lead. That's a big, terrible problem. We ain't seen. So we lost in the last 2 minutes. We ain't seen no collapse like
Guess
that.
what? Indy won the Super Bowl, so
It don't
Guess what?
get rid of the fact about
Okay.
that.
Guess
So
what?
I'm saying if we look
Hey,
at
dude,
all
man,
the
listen.
no, if we look at all the calamity under the Browns,
Okay, listen.
they finished 79. You say they do it terrible.
Guess what? Jeff Saturday, they just found him out and off the thing.
That tells you
Who
right
cares?
there. That tells you right there. At least the Browns didn't do nothing as stupid as that.
Okay, that's true.
Bring in Jeff Saturday.
But guess
I mean,
what?
the Hitchens one was just about as dumb to Kitchens, but it wasn't that. At least he was your offensive coordinator. He went from the coach, player coach, to offensive coordinator to a head coach. This guy just comes out the street.
Guess what? At the end of the day,
Just because he was friends with them.
Yeah, the
Guess
nepotism was crazy.
guess what? At the end of the day,
Yeah.
they know what they're doing. They built the Super Bowl franchise before.
They don't know what they're
They
doing.
do. How many Super Bowls
I'm
we
just
got?
saying.
I'm just saying how many Super Bowls we got.
I mean,
They know what they
the
doing.
whole league knows what they're doing.
That's we don't know what we're
Look,
doing.
yeah, we do.
No, we
we
don't.
following what the league wants us to do
Nah, we just don't know.
because it's all a fix. It's all a fix.
Come on, man.
When it comes
Don't
down to
say
it,
that like that.
Cleveland's expectation is to the owner comes to Cleveland to make money.
Okay.
That's it.
Back to some defensive problems. Some of the things I've been saying all year long, and I was listening to it on the radio all day. We don't have no defensive tackles.
Oh yeah,
That's gotta
no
go.
doubt.
Tavion Bryant, there was a reason he was a free agent. Chase Vinovich was hurt most of the season. He just played these last 2 games and he looked decent, but we still need some real defense.
And guess what?
We had
Who's
we
fault
had
if we didn't have any defensive tackles?
Malik McDowell and Malik Jackson last year. That defense
You're right.
looked really, really good.
But guess what? He out in Florida butt naked somewhere.
Well, yeah, one of them. I don't remember which one.
Okay,
it
so
was,
we could have
but
got
one of
some
them
other
was there.
defensive tackles.
That's
We didn't want to
right.
keep Ogunjobi.
Yeah, and he had a
Didn't want to keep
sack on
Ogunjobi
or Sheldon Richardson.
or Sheldon Richardson, and they were both available at the beginning of the
Yes,
year.
they were.
So who's that?
And Dominican Sue was
Is that the
Hicks was available.
general manager didn't want to pay that money? The owner didn't want to pay that money? Who didn't want to pay that? Because that was Woods'
Hold on,
defense.
don't say about money. Don't ever say that.
We had plenty
Don't,
of money.
you just pay somebody 230. Don't ever mention money in the history of
They
Cleveland Browns
had,
again.
they
They just pay somebody
still have like
$230 million.
$48
It ain't about the money.
They still have
Come
Right,
on.
it ain't about the money. So it's like, why wouldn't you want to keep Richardson and Ogunjobi?
Incompetence.
And Richardson was not incompetent.
No, the coaches and the
Oh,
staff are
oh,
incompetent.
oh,
You
oh,
said
oh.
why not say incompetence? They're incompetent.
I'm sure Joe Woods wanted to keep him because that's what
Oh,
made
yeah.
his
But
defense
who's
work.
Joe Woods?
The defense coordinator. So
But no, who is he? But who is he?
Defensive coordinator.
But who is he? He
just
has
the
no
defense-
power.
He has no power.
Exactly. Who is he? He's nobody.
So now you take away my beef and you give me these little skinny cats that can't stop the run.
And then-
Now my defense is gonna be weak, and now everybody's gonna blame me. And it's like, look, I didn't ask for these players.
then another
So that's what I'm
problem-
saying. Once again, it comes back to the ownership and the franchise. That's
And then
all. it is.
another problem is we're facing guys like Mark Andrews and Hayden Hurst, big beefy tight ends, and we have no linebackers. Our linebackers are fast, big whoop,
And guess
but they're,
what?
they're not big enough.
And guess
They can't
what?
hit
We try to
anybody.
put a corner on him and still get burned.
Yeah.
You seen it yesterday. A backup tight end still burns you.
Still burn.
Come on. They just,
If you
like
come-
Bruce said, it's the franchise.
it's the
When
franchise.
When you dissect it all,
It's the franchise.
Oh, it's funny when they had that other not Cameron,
I know.
the Cameron Hayward's brother, not that tight end, but the other one they used yesterday. I was like, oh man, I forgot all about Jesse James. And then that's not even Jesse James because he plays for us.
Yeah, we got
He's
Jesse
just hurt
James.
though. He's in the
We
IR.
got hurt. We got him. Yeah.
It just shows you this. And like we've been saying, it's the franchise. It's the franchise. But guess what though? You got Andrew Berry. Andrew Berry makes moves. Evidently he went to go get the quarterback, as you see. And he asked him to open up the checkbook. So therefore he has some type of power, right?
Yep.
Okay then. So right now, Andrew Berry, he tells Stefanski what to call. Yes or no? I'm asking you guys.
No, they said DePodesta does.
Okay, so do B. Podesta got more power than Berry?
Yeah, he's got more.
I'm
power
asking.
Yes,
than anybody
Okay.
in that.
because
room.
DePodesta's been here longer than Barry.
except
Okay.
owner.
So Barry is just here to give you the players. Then
Yeah.
technically,
Draft.
Well,
sign
technically,
free
right?
Barry's a part of that analytics crew because he's a part of the Ivy League.
okay. So let's rewind it back one more time. So
An Ivy League boy shit.
Dorsey, Buddy Boy, I call him Dorsey.
Yeah.
Buddy Boy. So when he drafted Mayfield, who idea was that? Was that analytics?
That was
That
all
was
him.
owners.
That was all him.
Him and the owners.
Okay, so what happened to Pete DePodesta then? You said it was all
Well,
him.
no, that's DePodesta. That's the owner and DePodesta.
Okay, there you go. So Buddy Boy was in agreement though, right?
Nope, that's why he left. He didn't
DePodesta
want to work with
Baker
DePodesta.
Mayfield, but everybody around him did. And
No, I'm asking,
Dorsey
so
So
wanted him.
DePodesta didn't want him.
DePodesta never wanted.
So
Baker
Dorsey
Mayfield.
wanted him.
I said that
And then
before.
so
It
there's
was
a
his
rift.
first year.
But
There's
guess
a
so
rift
they
between
allowed
Dorsey
him
and
to do it.
DePodesta. That's why Dorsey left.
Remember
No,
what Dorsey
Dorsey
did
said
in Kansas City?
he wanted
and
to-
he built that franchise over there.
Yeah.
So DePodesta gave him kind of like the power. Okay, go ahead and draft your guys. He didn't really want Baker Mayfield, but he let Dorsey do what he did, and that's why he got fired the next year after making.
No, he got
or
fired.
the year after that.
He got fired because
the Freddie Kitchens thing.
yeah, he wanted to handpick his coach, and he said
Yeah.
you can't pick anybody to be the coach. That's
And
what
it
it was.
showed.
You can pick players, but you can't pick coaches.
But look what he's doing in Detroit. The same thing he did in Kansas City. Turned Jared Goff into a
Jared Goff was
Man.
Jared Goff was a nice quarterback.
he was. He just needed somewhere else to go.
He just needed to sit.
no, he needed some weapons. So Saint,
That's
what's his
true.
name?
Saint
Brown.
Amari Brown.
Yeah.
He had weapons. He had weapons with the Rams.
No, I'm
And
talking about when he
Jamal
first got
Williams.
Oh, when he got to
Beast.
Detroit. Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
So now they got weapons. So now they starting to tune up a little bit. But we'll see. But
I still actually see him up here.
But still,
Every,
Detroit
like, Monday.
is still a better franchise than the Browns.
Yeah, that's sad.
Yeah, I mean, the two worst franchises in the leagues are the Browns than Detroit. So Detroit's still better than
I'd say Houston
The
was up
Browns.
there too.
no, somebody's worse than
Houston's been to the Super Bowl and lost. And Houston,
Not the Texans, no.
well, that's still Houston.
Well, the Oilers. Yeah, you're right. The Oilers.
Yeah. And guess what though? At the end of the day, we still here. We still talking
We
about
still
what we
suck.
coulda, shoulda,
We
woulda.
still suck.
Coulda, shoulda, woulda, right?
We still suck.
We still talk
But
about
we
this.
knew after we won that 11 games, everybody said, okay, we've arrived. We're like,
All right, well here.
we've seen this before.
There you go.
We saw this last when we went 10-4
There you
and we
go.
missed the playoffs.
Right there.
But
What do the Browns need to target in the offseason?
A lot.
a lot.
But you got to remember, let's be realistic. You're not going to get a lot because you don't have 3 picks. You don't have a first, a second, or a third. So quit saying a lot.
We
They
definitely
need a lot.
definitely need
It
more
doesn't
beef
change just
on the
because you
defensive
can't draft
tackles.
people.
We need some heavy beef, like
Linebackers.
over 320. So we need bigger
You need to tell
linebackers.
somebody to take a pay cut first and foremost because you're not gonna find no studs in the 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th round. So therefore, you're gonna have to go out here and open up that checkbook.
Yeah, because you're paying $40 million right off the bat to Watson, and Garrett got to get his money, and Chubb getting his money, and Denzel.
Oh, that's an interesting question.
I think you can find
Listen to
some young deep
So
talent.
listen to this. What happens with Chubb and Hunt?
Hunt is gone. Chubb.
Okay, but
we
listen.
still got Chubb wrapped up.
Right, but listen to this though. If you watch the game lately, you got Deshaun Watson doing the RPO stuff, and when you watch it, it don't look comfortable with Chubb. And I'm not saying don't trade Chubb, but it doesn't look comfortable.
So didn't he run RPO at Georgia?
Yeah, but now you got to figure a way to make it work. Now you got to figure out. You might have to do a whole new
Yeah,
playbook.
Georgia did.
He got a whole off season.
Yeah, that's right. You
But
got.
I think
You gotta
It was
figure
just
it out.
a matter of them getting to work together. They didn't have a lot of time.
Everybody
on
running
offense.
read options, though. I mean,
That's
Chubb will be all right. I think this is going to prolong his career too, because he's not going to be seeing
It'll
25
give him another.
carries. So he's going to prolong. his career.
I feel like this, the way everything is going, if you look at the NFL and look at the new runner, the scat back, Chubb is not a scat back. He's more so like a north-south runner. He's like a power, just like the AFC North. They all got powers, basically. except for Dobbins.
Yeah.
He might be the only scat back in the North.
Well,
He's so
as
small.
when the weather gets bad, it ain't be scat backing too much.
Oh no, but guess what? The whole league is looking like that.
Yeah.
All the powerhouses, they got scat backs. The McCaffreys, only Derrick Henry's the only one that, but they're not doing too good though.
No.
That's what I'm saying. The whole league is changing to the scat back.
Right.
So they're not really running the ball. They're not powerhousing the ball. So that's why I say I think they need to change up something. I don't think Chubb is the scat back. So I think he got to change his game to become a scat back.
I think he can. He's got.
I'm not saying that he can't.
I
I'm saying
wouldn't
they're gonna
change anything about him. I would just let him keep doing what he's doing because
it's not gonna work.
he honestly is the only him.
It's not gonna work.
Maybe Myles Garrett will be the only couple players that you can really count on.
But it's not gonna work because you got Deshaun now. Look what Stefanski has done. He's not gonna slow that. He's still gonna keep throwing the ball. I'm gonna keep it real with you.
Well, they said you said he ran the ball in Minnesota.
Yeah.
Because he had
Dalvin
Peters.
Cook and Adrian
But who
Peterson.
was his quarterback?
and Dalvin
You gotta
Cook.
run the ball.
Cousins.
Okay. You don't have a
Yeah,
Deshaun Watson though. Now you got a Deshaun. Now you got to throw the ball. You paid the price now. Just think about it. They're not gonna listen.
Well, you can throw the ball early in the season toward later season. You're not gonna be able to throw the rock.
No, but guess what? You
He's
want
in Cleveland.
guess what? Everybody,
Cincinnati.
this is a copycat league.
Yeah.
And we copycatting off a lot of people now. We got a Lamar Jackson.
So
now.
you're looking at 6 games. You're not gonna be 3 games. 3 games. You're probably gonna have bad weather in your division. Now visiting games, maybe you might. So maybe 5 games where you gotta have bad weather.
Oh, now that you say that, y'all.
You see the teams that we play?
Yeah, I'm about to show y'all. Here we go.
It should be
Yeah, I
easy
saw it.
schedule.
It's a very easy
Should be easy schedule.
Well, that was the schedule, y'all.
Yeah, so that's not we're gonna have to be healthy, and our offense is gonna have to gel, and we're gonna be healthy. Well, we got to get a new defensive coordinator, so we should be okay.
Brian Flores, which actually does 2 things. It gives you a defensive coordinator, and it also gives you a former head coach.
I agree.
It's
funny because I was talking about that. Hey, I said the same thing earlier to somebody else.
Ain't the name.
I said, get Flores because you got a coach that can jump right in there just in case it don't work.
Yep.
Just in case it don't work.
You know who they've been talking about?
Mayo, Gerard Mayo.
Yeah.
Schwartz.
And Jim Schwartz, his name did float out there.
Schwartz is in there
But
for his defense.
From what they were talking about earlier today, it seems like they're really going to be pushing towards Flores.
Now, see, it could be that type of. We might see that situation.
But the only part is Flores is
This could be. This could be.
what's the call? They call that tainted. He's tainted. He can't coach anymore.
So are they gonna be looking
But there's
for
like that loophole.
somebody
If the
just
coach
in case
gets
they need to get rid of Stefanski in mid-season?
Oh, guess what? Stefanski, he on the clock now.
He's on the clock.
hot seat,
Yeah, he on the clock
So
now.
they get somebody they can replace in mid-season.
He's on the clock now. That means he got to start winning as soon as the season starts. And hold on, let me see this play work now. No, you already had your play preseason with.
Well, you don't have an offensive coordinator, so it's not going to be the offensive coordinator to replace him. It's got to be the defensive coordinator.
Exactly.
Yeah,
I believe
man,
you
man,
bring.
I don't know if he's been a head coach before.
They need to get somebody else. I think if you bring Flores in here, that would be a good thing for the Browns. But my thing was this too. I think you should get a player to be a defensive coordinator.
A former player.
Former player, because he can, like, for example, and I ain't saying that he's a coach, Ray Lewis. Now, if Ray Lewis to say, I want to be a coach, I guarantee you they listen to him because he's been there.
Perfect example. There's a school, Miami, somewhere in Miami. I don't remember what the name of the school was. Ed Reed is now their head coach.
Yeah, I'm just saying you'll listen to those guys.
Yeah.
If they was a defensive coordinator, they've been every Pro Bowl. They didn't seen every defense. They didn't seen this and that. So I'm sure.
So Woods didn't play in the NFL?
I mean, he's wasn't no Pro Bowler.
No, you don't know.
I mean, keep it real.
But they say the hardest people to be coaches are the great players.
True that, because you got some guys they can call play. They weren't good quarterbacks, but they can call some good plays. You didn't see that in the league a lot.
Oh shit, we can see that with a bunch of these little skirmish coordinators that didn't even play Division
God,
One.
Ryan Lindley. I hated the fact that he was our quarterback coach.
Yeah, you can see a couple of these guys that weren't good quarterbacks, but they're good like coordinators. They know how to
They ain't have physical talents, but they can call plays.
have some good IQ.
Good IQ,
Yeah.
or recognize talent.
Right.
Can talk to players. Yeah. Well,
I don't know, man.
I don't know. Yeah, it's gonna be interesting.
It's gonna be very interesting.
So now,
Go Cavs.
Go Cavs. Well, we got a national championship tonight.
Go Cavs.
Really? Do we have a national championship?
It's more like practice.
You think Price? Oh, you don't? I think it's gonna be.
You know,
a game
I
up to the fourth quarter.
think TCU might surprise some people.
I think.
I don't think they'll win, but I think they might.
I don't think so.
Make
I think they give a fight
I
though.
think they're gonna put up a fight to the fourth quarter, and they'll put away in the fourth quarter. They don't have enough size.
They got heart. They just
The
ain't got
quarterback
size.
is not.
It's gonna wear on them.
He's okay, but he's not.
Duggan.
Who Duggan? Duggan a dog. He fit right in there. He's just like Josh Allen. Probably more accurate than Josh Allen was in college, but he can definitely make plays with his feet, and he's definitely got a strong.
All right, y'all. So I know we make predictions. So before we go, this is the prediction we got to make, though. So we was talking about Super Bowl predictions. Last week we talked about sleepers, I think.
Yeah.
This week we're gonna talk about.
Green Bay, which was my sleeper.
I said Jaguars is gonna be a sleeper, but who knows? But all right. So who do y'all got going to the Super Bowl on the NFC?
Me, I got still to me between Philly and San Francisco.
You got to pick one though.
Tampa Bay.
Your turn.
Wow.
That's a far
I'm gonna
finish.
pick Philly.
Philly.
Yep. Philly to go back.
Philly. Okay, so look, I'm gonna pick this team because I think defenses normally win.
I'm gonna pick 49.
That's right. I'm gonna go with the 49ers to go. I ain't say they're gonna win. I'm gonna pick the 49ers to go to the Super Bowl from the NFC because history kind of shown the last few years that the best defenses get to the Super Bowl. If you don't have a great offense, your defense is top 5, you're going to that Super Bowl most likely.
So you're going with history showing, but history don't show that a rookie quarterback in the 6th
I didn't say he
round
was winning. I said going.
even
to the
gets to the Super Bowl. I don't know who. There's never been a rookie that
Okay, let's not talk about
Super Bowl.
let's not talk about
Or even
quarterbacks that
starting the
listen.
Super
Let's
Bowl.
not talk about quarterbacks that go to the Super Bowl. That was terrible. Come on, man. Let's not even talk about terrible quarterbacks that got to the Super Bowl.
Wait, did Russell do it? Did Russell do it in his first year?
Yes, he did.
Year, yeah.
That's right, and he lost. He lost to
No, they
Yeah, he won.
won.
He
They
won his
won
rookie
their-
year.
They run their
They
first
beat
one.
Denver.
Yeah,
that's right, they did beat Denver.
And they lost.
That's
to
what I say.
Atlanta.
That's that. And he wasn't no first, second, or third round pick.
Yeah.
He was fourth, wasn't
Yep.
he? Yeah. Oh, you're right. Wow, yeah, Brock Purdy could do possibly.
And guess what? It's
And
never.
they had a great
They
defense.
Mahomes probably would have done
They
it
had a
if he
great
didn't get
defense.
sat behind Alex Smith.
I don't know how you're gonna say probably, but
He might
he
have,
said we would never know. But I get what you're saying.
because I mean
Yeah.
he won his
And
sophomore
would you
year.
bringing that Purdy possibly could because that defense.
But he don't need to do nothing, Bruce. Remember, Shanahan's idea is McCaffrey. What's the other
He
receiver?
got weapons galore.
Yeah.
Samuel.
Yeah, he got weapons.
Defense,
Kittle.
George Kittle.
Defense is
Yeah.
stout. Yeah.
Come on now. He don't have to could depend on now if he had Garoppolo, that could put catapult him maybe up there. Because Garoppolo can make the
Oh my
throws
God,
that
yes,
Purdy
he
really
can.
can't do.
Yes, he can.
I don't know if Purdy can't make the throws. Purdy just don't have the experience.
No, he can't make the throws yet.
Oh yeah.
No, I mean I watched him play. I mean he's not that great.
Well,
He's
yeah.
good enough to
Yeah,
get you.
At least
strong
they-
arm or just his size.
He's just good enough to get you to maybe them 12 passes. you need.
Why do you have to wait to the 6th round? What is it, size or a weak arm?
He's just not good. I mean, he's okay. He's not great. He's not good. He's just okay. He ain't Cody Kessler.
I think he might be better than
Kessler
Trey
went in the
Lance.
4th round, didn't he?
That's the Browns' incompetence
Well,
drafting.
third. Oh, he went to the 3rd
That's
round.
incompetence drafting that.
We had a bunch of 3rd round quarterbacks.
We got a bunch of dumb picks.
Yeah.
Come on.
Number
And everybody was like,
22 's-
that was a bad pick. Are you sure this is a good pick? Trust me.
Exactly. Look at it.
There's still a lot of those dudes that's still in the NFL, surprisingly.
And backup quarterback.
Colt McCoy.
Backup quarterback.
Yeah.
Okay, so real quick, we about to end it on this. AFC. This is the trick one. Going to the Super Bowl.
The Chiefs.
Oh, I gotta go with Chiefs.
It's funny because in a perfect world, you want Buffalo to go. But I
you
agree.
know what?
I agree.
My sleeper.
I agree. Listen, I say in a perfect world, you would like to see Buffalo win and get out they slump. But the Chiefs, man, you can't stop Mahomes, man.
Not right now.
And
He
he
throwing it to everybody.
he is on the same page with these new receivers.
That's
now.
crazy
Same
that
page.
he lost a superstar receiver.
And
And he took that superstar receiver and spread
But wait.
his talent to
He got
everybody
Pittsburgh.
else.
He got Pittsburgh.
Oh, that's what
He
happened.
gets Pittsburgh #1 receiver.
Juju, yeah.
And then he gets a bum from the Raiders and Scanlon and makes Raiders Scanlon a good receiver.
The Packers, yeah.
Well, he came from the Ratings of the bum, went to the Packers of the bum, and then
He wasn't no bum with the
he
Packers.
was a bum with the Raiders.
Yeah, that's true. He was.
But guess what?
He always
though?
had speed.
that
We
was
forgot the
Derek
one
Carr.
thing that Patrick Mahomes got at his disposal too. He got a running
Travis
game.
Kelce.
He got a running game though.
Oh,
Now,
yeah, with that.
Wait, and
Cannon and what's his name?
Hacho.
Pacho out of nowhere.
Remember,
Out of
Hacho,
nowhere.
Rutgers.
but guess what?
They said he didn't even start at Rutgers.
That's what make them scary because now they got 2 scat backs. And guess what? Hilaire gone next year.
Yeah, he
It's
is.
a Larry injury, yeah.
He just a north-south player.
Yeah.
He not that scat back.
And he also gets hurt.
Well, he got
a
McKinnon
lot.
from the Vikings, so he got
Yeah.
experience playing with the Vikings
Actually from the 49ers.
and the Vikings.
You know, I
No,
kind
he was with the
of.
49ers last. Remember, he
He's been
broke
with
his
2
ankle
winning
or something.
teams.
He broke his
He's
ankle.
been with 2 winning teams.
I can see Kansas City going to the Super Bowl, but like you were saying, I just thought about that. They look motivated now with
They do.
Buffalo. I think they might end up pulling up.
The
that.
perfect. That's it. In the perfect world, you would like to see
Yeah.
Buffalo overcome those.
Well, at least we
those-
know who the AFC Championship game might be.
Oh, I ain't gonna lie to you. We know it's gonna be between 3 teams.
Buffalo, Kansas City, and the Eagles.
Yep.
It all depends on if Lamar shows up this
Lamar ain't doing anything. I'm sorry to tell you this, Bruce.
Lamar
He was
show up.
supposed to play the last 2 weeks. He ain't.
Hey, Lamar ain't gonna do
Lamar
it.
show up. All he needed to do is to knock out Cincinnati. He probably won't win the next one. They can win 1 game running.
You think he gonna be smoking Joe?
They can win 1 game running the ball if they don't call holding on them, because that's the only thing with stop him.
I ain't gonna lie to you. With him on the field, you got a chance.
Yeah, that's true.
You got a chance. With him on the field, you got a fighter's chance, man. I ain't gonna rule him out. I agree with you on that. You got a fighter's chance. But it's hard to beat those 3 teams, though. We just named it.
But look, they had a problem. They had a problem beating them without Lamar.
Yeah. And then Huntley got hurt. So
They-
that
since-
really
since-
hurt him.
The Bengals have barely beat Huntley.
You said barely beat Huntley?
They had problems with that in that game until
What game? This last one?
the Ravens game.
You talking about this one they just played? Of course they had. They're not trying to get injured. Just look at the game scenario. They're not trying to get injured.
Yeah,
Look what happened to the Chargers.
Okay.
They would
Okay.
have won. They
So-
were the 5th seed.
So
They
so
would've
that
lost
is
to
that
the
what
6th
happened to
seed. So it
Dallas
don't really
this week?
matter.
They weren't trying to get injured. That's why they got blown out by
By Washington.
Washington. They weren't trying to get injured.
Well, that's a rivalry. Tough. I don't know. I think Washington wanted to prove something, but who knows? I ain't gonna lie to you. I don't know.
I didn't get a chance to look at how much.
I don't know what Dallas is doing.
Parsons hurt his hand, so otherwise Dallas doesn't look like a sleeper anymore.
Yeah, they like they sleeping.
I don't know how. I didn't get a chance to look at it and see how much I made, but I picked Detroit to win that. I put
Wow.
$50 on it on that or
50?
DraftKings. Yeah, I didn't see how much I was gonna.
So
win.
what was the
It was
odds?
a close
I'll tell you how
game.
much you won.
The odds were plus 12.
Plus 12.
You had 12.
And you put $50 on it.
Mm-hmm.
So what Green Bay was supposed to win by 12?
I think so.
Yeah.
It's 2 touchdowns. I don't know why they.
That was,
I don't know why it
Man,
was.
that's a
that
lot
high.
of that's big odds. You put 50 on that?
you won just because they beat them though.
Yeah.
You didn't win the actual odds. You just won.
Oh,
'cause
you just
Oh yeah, because the score was close.
All right, y'all. We gone. It's the Against All Live Sports Radio show. See y'all next week. See y'all next week. Because it might be the final week until the next season.
And we might have a
All right.
special guest too.
Oh,
Some
special guest.
Ohio State folk.
Okay. See y'all next week.
Peace.